on or off?
On.
I like them on better.
Yeah, keep the stats.
Yeah.
Do you know where the Jennings game's at?
It's
And
in
Jennings.
Jennings.
In
Jennings is
Jennings?
hosting, yeah.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's 2019 Division II semifinal game as the Saints have traveled down the road to Lafayette to take on the number one ranked St. Thomas More Cougars. They've done the prayer and the anthem, and the coin toss is underway. Tonight's audio-only broadcast due to contractual issues between a contractual agreement between St. Thomas More and the NFHS. They have exclusive rights to the video, so we're going to do an audio-only broadcast tonight. St. Thomas More banner is in our way, so we can't see the coin toss.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one, but I just asked them. I asked one of the St. Louis radio guys as well as Mike Coppage from the Advocate, and they both said Jennings. So I would assume that's where it's at.
Skellington was at home the first two rounds.
Yeah, the lights were on in Jennings when we drove to Bottom to see the lights.
As far as I know, yes. I've never been out there.
So the coin toss is complete. And
Yeah,
we'll see what unit comes out for the Saints.
That was Ron, the guy from News 50.
Looks like the Saints will receive the opening kickoff.
Always a good thing.
Fine there, brother. Parking right there.
Move to that angle and sit on the field. Wait, it's unzipped. Don't let everything fall out.
Put it on top of this. We're glad to see y'all.
Or just put it out. Feet up and find about feet.
So Evan Joubert and Jaden Johnson go back deep to receive the opening kickoff for the Saints. Stremmens will kick. It'll come down at the 10. Joubert will take it there. Across the 20, across the 25, and he'll be brought down. Oh, still on his feet. Gets out to the 30. Joubert was piled up at about the 22, and St. Thomas More says they have the ball. So STM comes out and signals they have the ball. Apparently Joubert fumbled at around the 30-yard line. It'll be St. Thomas More's ball. Deep in Saints territory, not the way the Saints wanted to start out here in the semifinal game. Ball will be at the 30-yard line. Holstein is the quarterback, and he'll look to throw. Looking down the left side, and he's got a man at the 12. Gage Williams falls down, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 12, right?
And that's Lemoyne. So the turnover on the kickoff, and the first play from scrimmage is a 30-yard touchdown pass. And St. Thomas More will jump out to an early 6-0 lead with the extra point coming up. There's the hold in the kick. It's up, and it's good. 11:45 to go in the first on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard. It's St. Thomas More 7
Is it Gardner?
and St. Louis Catholic 0.
Yeah, I've been.
I
I
have
went
the
one
internet
time.
service. I couldn't do the scores.
Oh damn.
They pay us like 10 extra bucks to do the scores.
And they would, damn, that sucks.
It's really worth like 30 bucks because you got to keep up with like positions.
Short kick. It'll come down at about the 25 and go out of bounds. So the Saints will have it 1st and 10 from there on 35 after the penalty. Miller will look to throw, going deep down the left side for Jaden Johnson. And it's a catch. Caught at the 33-yard line. Jaden Johnson comes down with it. They were in a battle for the ball. And Johnson came up with it. Saints will have it 1st and 10 at the Cougars' 33-yard line. First and 10. They'll hand it to Jobert running left. And he'll have nowhere to go. Forward progress will give him a yard. Be 2nd down and 9. I formation behind Miller. Wide receivers to either side. And Miller will look to throw. Throws down out route to Chase Wilson, and he's got it at the 14-yard line, pushed out of bounds. 1st down, Saints. Deep out route, Miller to Wilson. They'll mark it at the 15, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Wilson split out left. They'll give to Jobert on the counter. He cuts it in. Still on his feet. 5-10, 10-5, touchdown. Evans Jobert stacked up at the line of scrimmage, somehow broke through. Broke a couple tackles. Dove into the end zone for the touchdown. So Saints get on the board with the extra point coming up. Jack Watson on. Cooper Miller will hold. John Rena will snap. High snap. Miller gets it down. The kick is low, but it's good. 10:34 to go on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard. It's St. Thomas More 7 and St. Louis 7.
That's a good run right there. Text Am and see if he's got it on his. So text Am and see if he's got it on his screens up there. I think my audio is kind of loud.
Spencer Briley tees it up for the kickoff. He gets the whistle, and here we go. Taken at the 7 by number 1. He'll get to the 25, and Kane Miller with the tackle at about the 27-yard line. It was Arsenault on the return for the Cougars. They'll have it 1st and 10. Make it the 28-yard line. Three wide receivers left for Holstein. And he'll throw out in the flats. Got his man cut down at the 30 by Gage Williams. Gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. They go no huddle. Holstein will look to throw. He's going to roll to his right. And now he'll keep across the 35, out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Be close to a 1st down. They'll say it'll depend on the spot. Let's see where the spot is. They spot it all the way up to the 39. It'll be a 1st down for the Cougars. 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Holstein hands off to number 8. He'll be hit as he crosses the 40, but push forward to the 44-yard line. Noah Frederick on the carry. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. No huddle once again for the Cougars. Holstein to throw. Rush comes, he gets it off, and it's incomplete. Would have been enough for a 1st down. The ball falls incomplete. J.P. Broussard and Juwan Seymour on coverage. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Two wideouts left, one right. For the Cougars, Holstein from the shotgun. Now an empty backfield as the man goes in motion. Holstein straight drop, rushes on. It's a screen underneath. Got his man across midfield to the 45. He'll get to the Saints' 42-yard line, 1st and 10 into Saints territory. Tight end screen to number 86. That was Colin Stevenson. There's the snap. Holstein to throw. Throws it across the middle. Sliding down his receiver. And did they say he got it? Yes. Catch is complete at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Cougars come up to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball. Holstein looks to throw. The rush comes from the backside. He gets away. And now he throws. Got his man at the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 9. 1st and goal now for the Cougars. Gabe Johnson had the rush. Got a hand on Holstein. Holstein got away. Got the pass off, and it's 1st and goal from the 9.
He got at least 10. He got the 1st.
Hand off to number 8, running to the right, looking for room to the 5. He'll get to the 4. 2nd and goal for the Cougars.
Let Devin know that ran.
8.
Oh, 8 ran Frederick.
Wide receivers right. Frederick in the backfield with Holstein. And he'll give to Frederick running right. Cuts it back in. He's going to get to about the 3. Where Kamal Robertson brings him down. It'll be 3rd and goal. The Cougars do not huddle. Come up to the line of scrimmage. Look to the sideline for a play. And run it. Frederick to the right of Holstein. 2 wide receivers to the left. He gives to Frederick straight ahead, and he'll brought down immediately by Wesley Mays. I'm sorry, That's Orso. No, that's Mays. Mays is wearing 49 tonight. Mays brings him down at the 5, and I'll bring up a 4th down. And St. Thomas More will bring on the field goal unit. So the Saints get the stop on 1st and goal and force the field goal attempt. There's the hold, the kick, it's up, and it's good.
How many yards?
7:04 to go in the first quarter, and your Mellow Mushroom scoreboard: St. Thomas More 10, St. Louis 7. Evan Joubert and Jaden Johnson back to receive. They stand at their 5. And here's the kick. It's a squib kick along the ground. Seymour will take it and can't hold on. Saints will fall on it at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Saints from the 15. First and 10 Saints from their own 15.
17. Cooper Miller.
Miller looks to throw, throws across the middle. He's got his tight end, Michael Laverne. Laverne's out to about the 30, and a 1st down.
I'm going to help you keep the stats, and then I'll take a picture of yours.
Okay.
That might work better for both.
1st and 10 Saints after the 15-yard pass, 14-yard pass to Michael Laverne.
Which one's Michael?
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Number 20.
This 10 moves so damn fast.
1st and 10. Jaden Johnson goes in motion. Miller hands off on the delay to Joubert. He breaks a tackle, and he's be pushed out of bounds after a short gain.
Anytime you need the spot or who carried, just let me know.
Gotcha.
Give him a yard on it. 2nd down and 9 for the Saints. Wilson splits out to the right, I formation. And now Johnson goes in motion. There's whistles as the Saints will take a timeout. Timeout, Saints.
Clock's still running. Stop the clock.
6:17 to go in the first quarter, and timeout for the Saints. Hello, Mushroom. 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. And a check of the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard. St. Thomas More 10 and St. Louis 7. Saints will play 2nd and 9 after the timeout. Johnson splits out right. Wilson out left. And they'll throw it out to Jaden Johnson in the flats. Looking to break a tackle. And he'll be just short of the first down. Pickup of 8 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Saints. Ball sits at the 38, 3rd and 1. Two tight ends, 2 fullbacks, and Jobert at the tailback. They'll give it to Jobert. He'll have the first down, breaks a tackle, gets out to about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Saints. First and 10 Saints at the 44. Clock running at 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Wilson splits out left. Johnson in motion. Cooper Miller will give to Jobert. Hitting the backfield. Gets to about the 41, and that'll be it. He'll lose 3 on the play as the Saints are trying to stretch it out. And Jobert couldn't get to the corner. Loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 now for the Saints. Ball at the 41-yard line. Wide receivers to either side, I formation. And they'll have a whistle, flags fly. And there'll be a sideline warning against the Cougars. Second and 13. Chase Wilson and Jaden Johnson split out wide to the right. Rena and Jobert in the backfield. They'll throw it out to Jaden Johnson in the flats, looking for room. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 3rd and 10. Third and 10 for the Saints. Jaden Johnson comes in motion left. Miller from the shotgun will roll to his left, and he'll throw. Got Johnson at the 45, and it's a catch for a first down into Cougar territory at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Saints as Jaden Johnson brings it in over his shoulder. Nice catch for the first down. 1st and 10 Saints. Wideouts to either side now for the Saints. Miller will look to throw. Now he'll scramble, and he'll be brought down at midfield. They'll mark it back at the 49 of the Saints. Loss of 6 on the play. 2nd and 16. The rush was on. Miller had nowhere to go. Wanted to roll out to his right. Had to tuck it under and goes down for the 6-yard loss. Now Jobert and Johnson will split out right. Wilson left. Miller will go from the shotgun. He's got Rena to his left. Looks to throw, now steps up in the pocket, and he'll run. He'll be drugged down at midfield. He'll gain a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 15. Miller stepped up in the pocket, had nobody to throw to, tried to take off. Gain of 1. 3rd down and 15. Three wide receivers right, one left. And it's a screen underneath to Rena. Rena's got running room, but he'll be brought down at the 41. A flag flies way in the back. Rena gained about 10, about 6 yards short of the first down, but let's see what the flag is. The flag was back at the 31-yard line. Michael Laverne was on a deep route in the area. They're going to wave off the flag. Rena got it to the 41-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Let's see what the Saints will do here, as the punt unit has not come out yet. Here's Miller coming in with the play, so the Saints will go for it here on 4th down. Wilson and Jobert are right, and now Jaden Johnson goes in motion right, and the Saints will have to call a timeout. Didn't like what they saw. They'll call a timeout.
Why is the clock running?
Timeout Saints, 1:31 to go here in the first as the Saints take their second timeout. Offense on the field for the Saints, 4th and 6. Ball is at the St. Thomas More 41-yard line. Miller in the shotgun. Wilson goes in motion right. Miller will roll right. He's got Wilson on the out route, and it'll be knocked away. And the Saints will turn it over on downs, and a flag comes in from the back at the 31-yard line. Let's see what the flag is. A late flag came in back at the 31-yard line. The out route to Wilson. The St. Thomas More defender got a hand and knocked it away. Officials huddle at the 40. Here's the call from the official. Pass interference against St. Thomas More. That'll give the Saints the first down. They'll step off the penalty. Let's see where they'll set the ball. Will be at the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10 Saints at the Cougar 26. I formation with the receiver to the left. They'll give it to Jaden Johnson on the counter play, and he goes nowhere. He'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd down and 10. mark it back at the 27, so it'll be 2nd and 11. Two tight ends, I formation now for the Saints. Miller will look to throw. Throws it deep across the middle. Got Wilson in the end zone. Touchdown. 27-yard Cooper Miller to Chase Wilson. And the Saints will go ahead 13-10 with the extra point coming up.
Why we got 5:30 on the clock?
53 seconds.
Oh, 53. 53.0.
Jack Watson on for the extra point. Kick is up. It was tipped at the line, but goes through, and it's good. So it's 53 seconds to go in the first quarter on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard. It's St. Louis Catholic 14 and St. Thomas More 0. I'm sorry, 10.
Miller's got over 100 passes, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's 8 for 8. It's unbelievable.
That's the most passing we've done all year. That's the only way we can beat these guys. We can't run on them.
He's sharp. He's sharp.
Yeah, he's often.
Yeah, his passer rating
incredible
is good.
start.
We throw a lot of safe passes, so he's got a great passer rating and completion percentage.
Spencer Briley will kick things off here for the Saints. There's the kick. It'll come down at about the 8. Taken there across the 20, 25. Breaks a tackle out to the open 40, 50, 45, 40, and he'll be brought down at the 35 by number 46, Josh Orso, into Saints territory at the 35-yard line.
No.
Arsenault broke it right up the middle. Broke a couple tackles at the 30 out into the open. And gets it all the way down to the Saints 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Thomas More with 43.6 seconds left here in the first. Two wide receivers right, one left for the Cougars. And Holstein will hand it off to his running back, and he's got room across the 25. He'll have the first down to about the 23-yard line.
Good 12 yards.
12-0 on the Teveno on the carry.
I didn't see.
It's number
23. That's Tobin Teveno.
So Teveno picks up the first down. They'll give it to Teveno again. Run up the middle, and he's got room 15-10 and down to the 5. Two straight delayed handoff to Teveno. And Teveno's moved it 20 yards
Oh yeah, I like it.
down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal for the Cougars. Holstein looks to throw across the middle, touchdown.
Pass. On the 7-yard or 8?
6-yard touchdown pass from Holstein. And St. Thomas More retakes the lead with the extra point coming up.
I just think he was going to head 14-10 on a 27-yard touchdown pass to Chase Wilson. STM got a 63-yard kick return by Carter Arsenault, and then Teveno ripped off 2 big gains. And on the next
Here's the extra point try from the Cougars.
sharp pass to Ben
Snap the kick, it's up,
with 16.7
and it's good.
STM 17.
16.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, it's St. Thomas More 17, St. Louis Catholic 14.
61. 61 people who didn't want to pay 12 bucks. Watch the game?
over in 7-car 19.
Steemans, Squibb kicks it along the ground. Seymour will grab it and fall down at the 21-yard line. And the Saints will have it 1st and 10 from there.
Catch the ball. That's twice it bounced in front of him. He tips it up in the air.
1st and 10 Saints at the 21-yard line. With 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Saints will come out in an I formation with wide receivers to either side. Miller straight drop to throw, and now he'll scramble across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, and we're going to get a face mask at the end of the play. As Miller was brought to the ground, one of the St. Thomas More players had his face mask. That'll give the Saints the first down. So as the 5-yard variety moves the ball to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 Saints with 5 seconds to go. And that'll do it for the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, St. Thomas More 17 and St. Louis 14.
No way. Have you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's nice too.
That's wild.
Oh, Sulphur's new one is like a college stadium.
Cool. Yeah, I've
It's
been in
incredible.
Barb's before. Barb's is nice. Yeah, I've never been in
Dude.
Gulf.
Sulphur's got an elevator to go up to the press box.
Oh, nice.
There's bathrooms on 2 levels.
Jeez.
LCA scores 7.
First play of the second quarter is a pitch out to Jobert, and he'll be brought down for a 3-yard loss. And Jobert tried to run right on the toss sweep, and it's brought down behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 13 for the Saints.
Catholic Babe must be good. They beat OC twice. They beat Southern Ohio.
Yeah, they must be.
Second and 13 for the Saints. Miller looks to throw. Got time, throws it out to his left. He's got Wilson. And it's complete at the 43-yard line, just short of the marker. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Saints.
Still had
12-yard completion, Miller to Wilson.
like Drew Brees out there.
3rd and 1. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Saints, 3rd and 1. 2 fullbacks. And they'll give it to Jobert. Jobert gets to the outside, and he'll have the first down across the 45 to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 Saints.
How many did he get? 4.
Injury timeout.
Didn't look like it. They were at the 42.
So we'll have an injury timeout as we have a player down for the Saints. Back at the 42-yard line. 10:39 to go in the first half.
Catholic High's up. UIP area is up 21-14.
Yeah, that's a shootout too. 38. Cool.
Dude, Jennings 20 starting from 7. Dang. That's a shocker, dude. Jennings is playing some ball. What was our score against Jennings?
Carr 25, Broker 7.
We beat him pretty easy. Wasn't even a
Troy just hung himself.
Rommel up 10-0 on Brother Mort.
LCA's up 14.
Yep, Logan Gabriel touchdown.
We have an injured Saint on the field with 10:39 to go here in the first quarter. Gabe Hebert is the injured Saint. He'll get up and be helped off the field, as it looks like a lower leg injury on his left side, putting weight on it as he's helped off the field. So 10:39 to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 Saints at the 46-yard line.
Why they doing the clock? You're like killing jokes. The guy was eating chips. He kept sucking his fingers. It was like,
I was losing it. And then Nick kept laughing, which made me lose it even more.
Yeah, that's surprised. Nick's a clown.
so I'm like, you act like he ain't never eaten
Chase
a free
Wilson
toe
splits
before.
out
You're the
left.
last free toe in the world.
Johnson goes in motion left, and Miller will look to throw. And rush comes, and he'll be knocked down at the 38-yard line. As soon as Miller rolled and turned, he had 2 Cougars in his face, and he goes down at the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 17 for the Saints.
Well, he never had a chance.
Yeah, that's been his only bugaboo. I think he's taken like 3 or 4 sacks.
2nd and 17, Wilson left, Johnson right.
But he's,
Straight drop,
he's yet
quick
to
throw down the left side to Jaden Johnson. Just
there it is.
overthrows him
First
at the 30-yard line of the Cougars. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 17.
9 of 10 for 133.
First incompletion for Cooper Miller in the game. It'll be 3rd and 17 for the Saints. 9:30 to go in the half. Three wide receivers right, 1 left for the Saints. Miller from the shotgun. He'll throw across the middle to Jaden Johnson. He's got it at the 49-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 7 for the Saints. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Saints, 4th and 7. And the Saints will send Miller in. They'll go for it. Saints will line up to go for it. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Wilson, the lone receiver to the right. Miller throws it across, and it's too high, incomplete. And St. Thomas More will take over on downs at the Saints' 49-yard line with 8:46 to go in the first half.
Yeah. What are you thinking at this point?
No punts. Neither team.
He makes some bad coaching decisions. He really has. This ain't 1A ball where it came from.
First and 10 for the Cougars. Holstein will roll to his right and look to throw back left, and he's got a man wide open at the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Flags come in all over the field as Steveno is brought down at the 35-yard line. Illegal use of the hands against the Cougars. So the 14-yard pass completion is for naught, as
So what it'll be is a 4-yard completion.
Yeah.
it'll end up being a gain of 4 as there's a spot foul of 10 yards. That'll move the ball to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, first and 6. First and 7 from the 46.
So it'll end up being a first and 7 from the 46. Saints show blitz and back off. Holstein in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. And he'll look to throw. Throws it to the left. Caught at the 40. Short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1. Pass complete to number 7, Jack Beck. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Frederick to his right. They'll change the play. Holstein will toss to Frederick, and he'll be hit in the backfield and brought down at the 45-yard line by J.P. Broussard for a loss of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Was it a loss of 4 or 5? 5.
He was at the 40.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was.
Loss of 5 on the play. 3rd and 6 now for the Cougars. Ball at the Saints' 45-yard line. Holstein throws it across the middle. He's got his man hit as the ball comes loose. Incomplete as Juwan Seymour was there. As soon as the ball got to the receiver, Seymour laid the hit on him, and the ball came loose, and it's 4th down. And St. Thomas More will send out the punt unit. Jaden Johnson will go back to receive. He stands at his 10. The snap. And they'll fake it as he'll take off, and he won't get it. He'll be brought down at the 44-yard line.
2-yard gain for number 5.
He gains a couple of yards, but brought down well short of the first down. I didn't see who got to him, but the Saints will have it 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. So the Saints go for it on 4th down, don't get it. The defense holds. St. Thomas More tries to run the fake punt to the right side. The punter's brought down at the 43, short of the first down. The Saints will take over on downs. 1st and 10 Saints from their 43-yard line with 7:12 to go in the half. Jaden Johnson comes in motion, and they'll give it to the fullback, Rena. Slips one tackle, won't slip another one. And he'll be stopped for no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Number 19 for 0.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Wilson and Jobert split out wide to the right. Miller gives it to Jaden Johnson on the sweep. He'll get across the 45 to the 46. He'll gain 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Saints.
They like getting him the ball.
Yeah, he's their best offensive player.
But that the tailback's got a lot of yardage, but they can't open any holes.
Yeah, the tailback, he's got a lot of touches, but not many yards. He only got 21 yards.
3rd and 7 now for the Saints. I formation, wide receivers to either side.
Johnson guy is 5 for 60.
Miller, quick pass on the slant, too high for Chase Wilson, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Passing. The running backs has 7 for 21.
4th and 7 from the 46, and the Saints will bring on the punt unit.
He's carried the ball.
Yeah, he's got two carries for team on. But yeah, he's
They
caught
try to
5
run
for
him on
6.
the cheating trap.
Yeah. See if they'll actually have the first punt. Number 11.
Watson back to punt. There's the snap and the kick. It'll bounce at the 20, take a Saints bounce, and be taken at the 12. Return up to about the 30, pushed out of bounds by J.P. Broussard and Kane Miller. Be 1st and 10, St. Thomas More with 5:41 to go here in the first quarter. Your score on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, St. Thomas More leads it 17-14. Three wide receivers right and one left. Frederick in the backfield. And Holstein will throw. Throws it underneath on the screen. He's hit at the 30, breaks a tackle. 35, and breaks another tackle down to the 40. So a pass that was going nowhere ends up going 11 yards. And a first down for St. Thomas More at the 41-yard line. Three wide receivers right, one left. And Holstein will throw. Plenty of time in the pocket. Now he'll scramble to the right. Still running. And he'll throw it. And it's intercepted. Intercepted at midfield. Gabe Meyer intercepts it at the midfield. And the Saints will have it 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line with 5:14 to go in the first half. Holstein had all the time in the world, rolled all the way to the far sideline, tried to stuff it in, and Gabe Myers was there to pick it off. They mark it at the 48 of the Cougars, 1st and 10 Saints. Wide receivers to either side now. Miller straight drop. Throws it deep across the middle looking for Jaden Johnson, and it'll be intercepted by the Cougars at the 12.
That's like a good punt.
Dominic Zephyr, number 25.
Zephyr intercepted it
3 interceptions
at the 13-yard line.
game against
So with 5:07 to go, it'll be 1st and 10 Cougars from their own 17-yard line.
Dominic
Zephyr.
Zephyr intercepting St. Louis right after 5:07 to go in the first half. 17-14. It's a crazy game.
Yeah.
They'll hand it off on the delay. Flag comes out as Frederick's trying to get to the outside. He's across the 25 to the 26-yard line, but there's flags on the field back in the area of holding. Here's the call. Holding against the Cougars.
I think it was the STM Turlings game, I think, was when he got
Spot foul as the holding was at the
interceptions in
9.
that game.
They'll mark it half the distance to the goal. They'll spot the ball just inside the 5. First and 19. Holstein from the shotgun. He'll stand at his goal line. Looking to throw. Now he rolls left. Throws across the middle. It's caught at the 15, 20, 25, and pushed out of bounds near the 30. He'll have the first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Make it the 29. 4:47 to go in the first half. 3 wide receivers right and 1 left now for Holstein. And he'll roll. Throws it out to the flats, and he's hit there. Breaks a tackle. Gets across the 30. Short gain of about 2.
Quarter Arsenal.
Make it 3. Second down at 7 now. And we've got an injured player on the field for the Saints.
Who's that? Caleb Murray? That ain't Gabe. Gabe's not wearing 53, is he? I think it's Gabe Johnson. Gabe.
Neville 16-7. Card 33-7.
Injury timeout for the Saints here with 4:36 to go in the half.
2-13.
Easton's up.
Yeah.
Okay. Katie and the airline.
14-0.
LCS lost 21. Catholic in St. Charles.
21-21.
Tied up. What about Laureville? Are they on there?
Gabe Johnson was the injured player for the Saints. He'll go off.
Do we have anybody? I think that was all the local teams then.
All the 4A teams usually get put out.
Oh yeah, Westgate and Neville. Yeah, they were losing 16-10.
Second down and 7 now for the Cougars. 4:36 to go in the half.
Yeah, I think at least 2 of the 3 are gonna get put out. Maybe all 3. Pearl Bridge is definitely a goner.
Yeah, 33-7.
Yeah, that's
Sick.
gonna go over.
Holstein will hand off. And plenty of running room across the 45. And another first down for Theveno. First and 10 Cougars at their own 45-yard line. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right.
It's easier with lights on.
Yeah.
And Holstein will look to throw, and he'll be brought down
7 yards.
as Kane Miller came on the safety blitz and sacked Holstein back at the 40. Second down and 15. Holstein will look to throw. Throws across down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Pass was low. Receiver couldn't come up with it at the Saints 45. Incomplete. 3rd and 15. Third and 15. Holstein from the shotgun, as he has been all night. Straight drop. He'll look to throw, and he'll be sacked back at the 25-yard line. Loss of 15 on the play. Wesley Mays and a couple other Saints were back there, back at the 30.
Because it was 3rd and 15.
Yeah, they gave him forward progress to the 30.
So 4th and 25 will bring on the punt unit for the Cougars. Jaden Johnson stands at his 36-yard line. There's the snap, and it's almost blocked. He gets it off. It'll take a bounce. Johnson will let it bounce at the 30 down to the 29, and 1st and 10 Saints.
41-yard.
Josh Arso came very close to blocking that punt. They'll spot it back at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Saints with 2:54 to go here in the first half.
Generated a pass rush.
I formations with wide receivers to either side. Miller will look to throw across the middle, and Laverne can hold on to it. As the St. Thomas More player was there, they tipped it up in the air. Laverne tried to grab it, couldn't come down with it. 2nd and 10.
This guy's last, his stats have gone down to 2s because he went to incomplete, pick, incomplete after that flawless start. 9 of 9.
2nd and 10 now for the Saints. Miller gives to Jaden Johnson. He's got running room at the 30, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He'll gain 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That was a run.
2:42 now to go in the half. Saints break the huddle with the wide receiver out to the left side. I formation. 3rd and 3. They'll toss it back to Jobert. Jobert cuts it in. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 4th down.
Let's go for it.
You want to give Essie and that short of a field.
We have to use our last timeout.
4th down and 3, and the Saints are going to let the play clock run down. And they'll take their final timeout here before bringing out the punt unit. Timeout on the field, 1:54 to go in the first half, and on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, it's St. Thomas More 17 and St. Louis 14.
No, I don't think. You're right, yeah.
Oh, we don't know how to ball out of bounds. We ain't done that all year either.
4th and 3, and Watson is in to punt for the Saints. Best stands back at his 30. It's a high spiral. Besh will take it at his 26. Across the 40 and brought down at the 45-yard line. Flag comes in late at the 40.
Guess it's against St. Thomas More since our coaches are clapping.
Got a flag back at the 37. Blocking the back against the Cougars. The penalty will move the ball back to the 27-yard line of the Cougars. 1st and 10 with 1:44 to go in the half. Holstein has 3 wide receivers right and 1 left. Throws it to the slant across the middle, midfield, 50, 40, 30, and it'll be brought down at the 25-yard line. I'm sorry, the 15-yard line. Juwan Seymour ran him down at the 15-yard line as the slant to Besh. He broke it across the middle and had running room down the right sideline. 1:30 to go in the first half. 1st and 10, Cougars at the 15. Holstein from the shotgun. He'll give to the running back up the middle. Touchdown. 15-yard touchdown run for Noah Frederick. With 1:20 to go.
56 at best.
There's a flag on the play on the far sideline.
They got a flag. It's against St. Louis.
Horton's up 20-7 at half.
56-yard pass to Bish. Set up. Was that Thibodeau or Frederick?
Frederick.
Set up Frederick on the next play for 16 yards.
Face mask against the Saints. They'll enforce it on the kickoff. The touchdown will stand. And the extra point coming up. There's the hold and the kick. It's up. And it's good. 1:20 to go in the first half. And a check of the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard. St. Thomas More 24 and St. Louis 14.
I wasn't going to say it, but maybe I should say it. You need to stop it, not let them score for half and go down. Really good luck, go down 3. Run the clock for it. Yeah, as long as you score for half. Yeah. And then score, what do we do? Yeah. Why can't we kick the ball? Because you have to think. Yes, I really don't know. You guys somehow that much sense of what every team we play has had to learn to kick. Everything.
Neville 16, Westgate 14.
1:20 to go here in the first half. St. Thomas More leads it by 10. They'll mark off the penalty.
7-0.
To half, yeah.
Wow, that's a low score.
And St. Thomas More will kick it from the 45. There was a face mask penalty at the end of the play on the touchdown, marked off on the kickoff. So Stemmons will set the ball at the 45. Jaden Johnson and Jobert back to receive. They'll squib kick it, and it'll be taken at the 15 up to about the 29. Logan Trahan on the return. Saints will have it 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line with 1:15 to go in the first half. First and 10 Saints. Wide receivers to either side. Miller looks to throw. Throws it deep down the left side for Wilson. He's got him at midfield and can't hold on. Chase Wilson had a step. But the ball came down incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 now for the Saints. And they'll throw it deep down the left side, intended for Jaden Johnson out of bounds. 3rd and 10.
Just stats.
103. When they give them the ball,
He's now
they didn't have to use their timeouts to get it.
10 of 17 with a pick.
He started out 9 for 9.
Yeah.
10 for 10.
9 for 9. Yeah.
3rd and 10 for the Saints. 1:03 to go in the half.
Yeah, I figured he was going to cool off.
That team's got a chance.
We're going to punt, and they're going to score again. And we'll get
Yeah,
the ball.
pass to the radio guy, but he's never played it well.
Give is to Jobert. He'll get across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Flag on the play will be a illegal procedure against the Saints. They'll decline it. It'll be 4th down. And now St. Thomas More will take a timeout. 57 seconds to go in the first half. Timeout, Cougars. So 4th down and 6. Watson on to punt for the Saints. There's the snap and the kick. It'll bounce at the 35. Be taken at the 27, and he'll be brought down there. So St. Thomas More will have it 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line with 48 seconds to go in the half. Two wide receivers right, one left for Holstein. He'll look to throw. Throws it out to his right side. He's got a man at 35, breaks a tackle 40, 45, and he'll step out of bounds near midfield. 1st and 10 Cougars, 40 seconds to go. Clock stops on the out of bounds. Two wide receivers left and one right. Holstein to throw. Throws it deep across the middle. He's got Besh at the 35, breaks a tackle. 30, 25, and it'll be brought down at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Cougars, 30 seconds to go in the half. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Saints' 24-yard line. They'll snap the ball in a hurry. Throw it out to the right side. Got his man, steps out of bounds, close to the 1st down marker. Well, a gain of 6 as they didn't have the change set yet. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. 20 seconds to go in the half. Ball at the 19. Back to throw. Now Holstein will scramble. He'll get hit, and he'll throw it out of bounds. 3rd and 5 with 14 seconds to go in the half. Shotgun formation. There's a snap. Holstein looks to throw. Throws it to the end zone. Too high, incomplete. 9 seconds to go. And it'll be 4th and 4 for the Cougars. And the Cougars are sent on the field goal unit. They'll set it on the 25, a 35-yard field goal attempt for Streeman. There's the snap and the kick. It's up. And it's no good, wide left. The ball sails wide left, and the Saints will take over with 4.4 seconds to go. in the first half.
Big pass to Best set up a potential field goal, but a 35-yarder miss with 4.4 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, Caleb Holstein is he's got 231 passing yards.
The bulk of it's to Besh.
Yep. Yeah, because Bash has 143 of those.
Miller under center, and he'll kneel it to kill the clock. And that'll do it for the first half. Your score on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard at halftime, St. Thomas More 24 and St. Louis 14. Welcome back. Third quarter about to get underway here from Cougar Stadium in Lafayette. On the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, St. Thomas More 24 and St. Louis 14. St. Louis will kick to St. Thomas More to begin the third quarter. Briley to kick. Besh back to receive. Spencer Briley, there's the kick. Besh will take it at his 1. Across the 20. Breaks a tackle and down at the 29-yard line. Gabe Meyer brings him down. 1st and 10 Cougars from the 29. Three wide receivers right for Holstein. And he'll give to Thurno across the 35. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. They mark it at the 35, make it 2nd and 3. Holstein throws out to the right, completes it for a short gain. Gain of 2 on the play, 3rd and 1. Frederick checks in. 2 wide receivers left, 2 wide receivers right for Holstein. Saints blitz. They hand it off, and Frederick will have the first down out across the 45. Ball comes loose. Saints say they have it. Let's wait for the signal, and they do. Frederick fumbled at the end of the play, and the Saints recover it near midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 of St. Thomas More, 1st and 10 Saints.
See who came up with the fumble or no? Did you see who came up with the fumble?
No, I didn't.
1st and 10 Saints. 2 wide receivers to the left. Miller gives it to Jobert, and he's hit as he takes the handoff. He'll lose a couple on the play. Tried to go right up the middle. As soon as Miller put it in his hands, he was hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back for a couple yards. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 12. Wilson splits left, Johnson splits right. And there's flags as there was movement on the defensive line. Let's see if they were drawn off. And they were offsides against the Cougars. They'll move it 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 46-yard line of the Cougars. One wide receiver right. They'll toss it back to Jobert, running right. Tries to get to the corner, cuts it up. He'll get to about the 42-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and 3. Third and 3 for the Saints. Mays and Rena line up at fullback. 2 tight ends. They'll give it to Jobert, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 4th down. 4th and 3 at the St. Thomas More 42. Saints will leave the offense on the field and go for it. Two tight ends, two fullbacks once again for the Saints on 4th and 3. And they'll give it to Jobert running left, and he'll lose a couple yards. Ball comes loose. It won't matter as St. Thomas More will take over on downs at the 44-yard line. Another turnover on downs near midfield as the Saints go for it on 4th down again and fail to come up with it. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the Saints 44. Holstein gives to his running back, and he's got room. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 15, 10, and Wesley Mays will drag him in down at the 1-yard line. So Fredericks takes the delayed handoff, takes it all the way down to the 1. There's a flag down on the field. Holding against the Cougars back at the 25. So the 10-yard penalty will move it to the 35-yard line. Saints get lucky there as the holding will bring it back 30 to the 35 instead of 1st and goal at the 1. So 2 wide receivers right, 1 left for Holstein. Looks to throw. Throws deep over the middle. And it's caught by Besh for the touchdown. 35-yard touchdown pass from Holstein to Besh. And it's 30-14 with the extra point coming up. Steeman's on for the extra point. There's the snap and the kick. It's up, and it's good. With 7:59 to go in the 3rd quarter on your Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, it's St. Thomas More 31 and St. Louis 14.
Yeah, I've been doing, my live tweets have been doing pretty good.
Streaming set to kick off for the Cougars. Jaden Johnson and Jobert back. They'll kick it short. It'll be picked up at the 20 by Jobert. Jobert at the 25, and it'll go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Saints will have it there, 1st and 10. First and 10 Saints at the 31. Miller gives to Jobert on the delay, and he'll be stacked up for no gain.
66 passing yards, Besh up to 178 receiving.
They're going to make it about Besh.
Joe Bear, he has sucked. I mean, I don't know. 17, 14 years or 25 yards. This is less than 2 yards a carry.
Second down and 10. Two wide receivers right, one left. Miller will look to throw. Throws it across the middle. His man fell down in and out of the hands of the defender. Intended for Chase Wilson. Incomplete. Third and 10. Receivers take off for the Saints. The ball wasn't snapped. False start against the Saints. So a mix-up between the receivers and the snap. That'll move it back to the 25-yard line. Third and 15 now for the Saints. So third and 15. Two wide receivers right, one left. Miller will roll to his right. He'll throw it to Jaden Johnson at the 35. He'll make the catch well short of the first down. It'll be fourth down and 7, and the Saints will be forced to punt. Watson with the punt. He'll come down to Besh at the 29. Besh across the 40, across the 50, 40, 35, and brought out of bounds before he gets to the 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Cougars at the Saints' 33-yard line. They hand it off to Theveno. He's brought down for a short gain. Second down and 9. Holstein to throw. Across the middle. He's got his man at the 20. Breaking tackles to the 15. Down to the 14-yard line. First down for the Cougars. Holstein to throw, rolls to his right, under pressure, and he'll just get rid of it. Had a man in the corner, just threw it out of bounds. Second down and 10.
I still don't get why he stopped at Hanville High School. Such a weird place to. I don't understand that.
That same mother from Westgate was like checking in every 20 miles.
Second and 10. Holstein to throw, throws it across the middle over his head, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Yes, Saints intercepted. Juwan Seymour intercepts it in the end zone, and the Saints get the turnover. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 20 with 5:17 to go. St. Thomas More is driving again. Holstein overthrows his man across the middle, and Juwan Seymour picks it off in the end zone for the interception. 1st and 10 Saints at the 20. Miller under center. He'll give it to Rena. And Rena breaks one tackle, but he'll still lose yards on the play. He was hit in the backfield before he ever got the handoff. Slipped one tackle, but brought down for a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12. Clock running at 4:45 to go in the third. 2nd and 12 for the Saints. I formation behind Miller. Throws it, and he's got Jaden Johnson at the 30 for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 Saints, and we have an injured Cougar on the field. Oh, mushroom. The injured Cougar will get up and come off under his own power. So 1st and 10 Saints at the 33-yard line with 4:33 to go here in the third. Wilson goes left. Jaden Johnson goes right. I formation behind Miller under center. He'll give it to Jobert on the delay. Jobert finds room across the 40, 45, 50, 45, and pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line of the Cougars. Good run by Evan Jobert. 1st and 10 Saints in Cougar territory at the 43-yard line.
Jennings at 10. It's number 2. We handled Jennings pretty good at home.
1st and 10 Saints. Miller will look to throw. Deep down the left side, looking for Wilson. And the defenders get tied up along the sideline, and the ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Second down and 10, and we'll have a stoppage. Officials timeout. Not sure the reason. They'll put the ball back in play. Chase Wilson split out wide to the right. Jaden Johnson goes in motion. Miller hands off to the fullback. Rena, he's out across the 40 to about the 36. Make it the 37-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Third and 4. Wide receiver left. Gives to Jobert, and he'll be stacked up in the middle. No gain. So 4th down and 4. Ball at the Cougars' 37-yard line, and the Saints will go for it here on 4th down. Two tight ends, stack formation for the Saints. And they'll give it to Jaden Johnson. It's a reverse. And it's Hank Milligan around the right. Laverne around the right side. Inside the 30. He'll have the first down at the 27. So Saints line up in the double tight stack formation and do a little trick play with Michael Laverne on the reverse. So 1st and 10 Saints at the 27. Two wide receivers left. Miller will throw out to Wilson and incomplete. Looked like a mix-up between Wilson and Miller as Miller wanted the quick hitch and Wilson was going on a little bit deeper route. So 2nd down and 10 now. Wilson spits out left. Jaden Johnson goes in motion. They'll give it to Rena. He'll get maybe a yard to the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 9. Third and 9 for the Saints. Ball at the 26-yard line of the Cougars. 3 wide receivers right. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Rena in the backfield. Miller from the shotgun. He'll roll to the left, and he'll throw it. Hit as he throws it. Completed to Chase Wilson near the first down marker. It'll depend on the spot. Miller did a good job. Got it off while being hit. And he'll have enough for the first down. 1st and 10 Saints at the 17-yard line. First and 10, Wilson split out right. They'll give to Jobert running to the short side. He'll get to the 15. Give him 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 at the 15 for the Saints. Clock winding down here in the 3rd. 2nd down and 8. Wilson splits out wide right, I formation. They'll snap the ball, and as flags fly, the play will be blown dead. False start against the Saints. So mark it back at the 20 now. It'll be second down and 13. 33 seconds to go. Clock running here in the half. I'm sorry, in the third. Wilson and Johnson split out wide right. Jobert splits out left. Quick pass to Jaden Johnson. He can't hang on to it. Incomplete. It'll be third down and 13. Tried to go bubble screen to Johnson. Couldn't hang on to it. That'll bring up third down. Ball at the 20-yard line. Wide receivers to either side, I formation. Miller under center. And he'll look to throw. Gets it off down the right side. And it's caught by Chase Wilson inside the 5. They'll mark it at the 4. First and goal for the Saints.
How's that not pass interference? That guy was all over him before the ball got there. Is there a flag out there?
They'll mark it at the 2. There's a flag on the play. To me, it looked like the defender hit Wilson early. Chase Wilson still able to make the grab. Pass interference on the Cougars. Decline. First and goal Saints from the 2.
Jumbo formation. You got handed off to Jobert running up the middle. Go ahead and make that call now. This is stuff for a loss.
And that'll bring the third quarter to an end. We'll head to the fourth quarter. It'll be first and goal for the Saints on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard. Your score, St. Thomas More 31 and St. Louis 14. Saints will have first and goal from the 2 to start the fourth quarter. Saints will line up with 2 tight ends, 2 fullbacks with Jobert at the tailback. They'll give it to Jaden Johnson, trying to get to the outside, hurdles over defender, and he's in for the touchdown. Jaden Johnson on the 2-yard touchdown run. And gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point try coming up for Jack Watson. Rena to snap, Miller to hold. There's the kick. It's up, and it's good. With 11:55 to go in the game, on the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, your score, St. Thomas More 31 and the St. Louis Saints 21.
Touchdown? Not looking good for the LCA is pulling away.
They got the wrong score on the score.
Yep, you're right.
Jennings 45, Sterling to 29.
Here's Spencer Brawley with the kickoff. They'll go onside kick. It'll be caught by number 40 at the 41-yard line. Saints tried to sneak one in on him, and Jack Hines is able to cover it up at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Cougars.
Oh, they did. Wow, that's a big upset.
He got field goal to win it.
Wow.
Dude, kick it out of bounds, get it at the 35 instead of the 41. At least keep it away from Jack.
So 1st and 10, Cougars at the 42-yard line at their own 42. Holstein with 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. He gives to Theveno. I'm sorry, that's Fredericks, and he'll get maybe 2 on the play. They'll mark forward progress for a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6.
Catholics going to OT, so.
Frederick was hit back at the line of scrimmage and drug a couple Saints players with him. So 2nd and 6 now at the 46. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Holston will give to Frederick again, running left, and he's got room across midfield. 45, 40, 35, and pushed out of bounds at about the 32 or 33-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. They'll mark it at the 34. So 1st and 10, Cougars at the Saints' 34-yard line. Holstein will throw. Throws it out in the flats to number 1. 30, 20, breaks a tackle 10, and he'll be brought down there by J.P. Broussard at the 9. 1st and goal, Cougars at the 9.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't know that.
Best like drove somebody like 10 yards in the backfield. Then he stood over him.
They don't play like they did in the old days without it taking him out on the next play.
2 wide receivers left and 1 right. They give to Frederick up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. 9-yard touchdown run. For Noah Frederick.
31-21, FCM quickly scored the next after Arsenal set up a run by Frederick for 9 yards. 10:39 in the 4th. 38-21, they didn't see it.
Extra point coming up for Streamans.
Frederick's got 2.
Yeah.
Kick is up, and it's good. 10:39 to go in the game. And a check of the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard has it St. Thomas More 38 and St. Louis 21. Streaming to kick off for the Saints. I'm sorry, for the Cougars. Wilson back deep for the Saints. There's the kick. They'll squib it down to the 20, and Jaden Johnson will fall on it there. 1st and 10 Saints at the 20-yard line.
That's at least the 3rd time.
Katie in the 3rd quarter.
They are just the machine. I don't know how else to describe. Beer machine.
First and 10 Saints from their own 20-yard line with 10:36 to go in the game.
Fort Easton's putting it on, scored again. 34-16.
Tony Corville. These little teams. Yeah. Popcorn.
Wide receivers to either side, I formation. Miller looks to throw. Throws it across. He's got his man at the 28-yard line. That's Jaden Johnson. 2nd down and 2.
Wow. What's the score?
14 got it.
Oh, Curtis, man. Man, Notre Dame got bounced early. Curtis gonna get bounced there.
Sterlington's cut it to 7.
2nd and 2.
30.
Wilson split to the left. Miller rolls and looks to throw. Throws it to Chase Wilson across deep. And a flag comes in as Wilson was held near the 43-yard line. We'll wait for the call. Holding against the Cougars. That'll give the Saints the first down.
Catholic got it in the red zone again.
They're still tied, right?
No, I mean, they got it at Catholic Baton Rouge in the red
Oh,
zone.
Catholic Baton Rouge. Okay. Other than my Catholic, you know, I think.
No, they're in overtime. I haven't seen a score update yet.
Holding on the Cougars. They'll spot the ball at the 38-yard line of the Saints. 1st and 10. With 9:52 to go in the game.
They had just cut it to like 6.
Wilson split out to the left. Miller gives to Jaden Johnson on the sweep right, and he's got room out across the 40, and he'll be brought down at about the 43-yard line, a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5
5 yards
for
for 80.
the Saints.
What's that?
80 with the 5-yarder run.
Got it.
Second and 5 from the 43. Wilson splits out left. Miller back to throw. And it'll be intercepted at the 46-yard line of the Cougars. Trying to go for Laverne on the right side. Stepped in front of the route and intercepted it at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Cougars from their own 46 with 9:08 to go in the game.
Who got it?
Jacob Stronghold.
How many picks is this season?
2. Each team has 2.
Who else picked it off? The guy.
Dom
Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Holstein hands it off up the middle,
2 picks red.
and he'll be stacked up for no gain.
Zephyr and Tron.
What happened? No gain.
Not sure who carried.
No gain for Theveno.
7.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. And flags on the play. Encroachment against the Saints. That'll mark it 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Holstein from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers right. 2nd and 5 at the 49 of the Saints. And he'll toss it to Theveno running left. Theveno's got room. 40, 35, 30. And he'll be brought down inside the 25 by Arso.
24 yards.
First and 10 for the Cougars at the Saints 25-yard line.
7 for 75 on the ground.
What about Fred?
11 for 84, 2 touchdowns.
Holstein from the shotgun. Theveno to his left. And he'll give to Theveno. Theveno cuts it back to the left. Gets to the 20. Tackled there by Gabe Johnson. Gain of 4 on the play. They'll mark it at the 21-yard line. Second down and 6.
They gonna come back.
Two wide receivers right. Holstein rolls to his left, looking in the end zone, throws, and he's got his man for the touchdown. Carter Arsenault,
22 yards.
the 22-yard touchdown pass from Holston. And the Cougars extend their lead to 44-21 with the extra point coming up. Stamens for the extra point.
Arsenault's got a pretty good little stat line.
Who did?
Carter Arsenault, 587 and a touchdown.
The hold, the kick, it's up, and it's good. 7:05 to go in the game. On the Mellow Mushroom scoreboard, your score, St. Thomas More 45, St. Louis 21.
Assuming they stop him here.
What?
You high De La Salle tied up.
That's the real deal, man. I was talking to some of those STM guys. So,
In the car 51 fighting Thibodeau's 14. It'll be a long ride back for the choice.
Oh, yeah.
Riff Rogers.
Gotta hope he makes it out of there alive. Him and Van.
Streaming will kick off for the Cougars. He'll squib it once again right up the middle. He'll be taken at the 12. Straight ahead. Across the 35. Good return for Chase Wilson. First and 10 Saints at the 36-yard line. 6:59 to go in the game.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother with that upload. I don't know if I'm gonna bother with uploading that video. Thanks for coming, Jerry. Thanks for recording it. What's he got it on? Like a hard drive? So you have to give me that hard drive. And
First and 10 Saints, wide receivers to either side. Miller will give to Jobert. Jobert tries to cut it back in. He'll get to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. I'll give him a short gain of maybe a half a yard. Second and a long 9 now for the Saints. Wide receivers to either side. Miller will look to throw. Under pressure. And his hand was hit from behind. The ball will fall to the ground incomplete. Third down and 9. 3rd and 9 now for the Saints. Ball at the 37. They'll give to Jobert, looking for room in the middle. He'll get across the 40 to the 41. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 5 for the Saints. And it looks like they'll bring on the punt unit.
Yes, go ahead and punt it, Tim.
Watson back to kick. Besh is back to receive for the Cougars. There's the snap and the kick. It's a low bouncing kick. It'll roll to the 25, down to the 20, and it'll be down at the 18-yard line. So with 5:17 to go in the game, St. Thomas More will take over at their own 17-yard line, leading it 45 to 21. So 1st and 10 Cougars. Holstein from the shotgun, as he has been all night. Got Frederick to his right, and he'll give to Frederick running left. Frederick out close to the 20. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. Two wide receivers right. Holstein will keep it himself down the left side. There's nobody near him. 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and touchdown. That was the backup quarterback, Walker Howard, on the 82-yard touchdown run. Everybody went right, Walker went left, and there was nobody down the left sideline for Walker. He took it all the way down, 82 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point coming up now for the Cougars.
Yeah, see that.
He's going to be their QB next year.
He looks just like Holston. You couldn't tell the difference. Don't like it.
He's faster and more athletic.
Yeah, that's all.
He's scary, yeah. He's already got offers from Bama. Like, it's nuts.
And the extra point from Streeman is up, and it's good. .419 to go in the game, and the score, St. Thomas More 52 and St. Louis 21. There's the kick from Strayman. It'll be taken at the 21. Straight ahead, 30, 35. And down at the 38-yard line was Chase Wilson. 1st and 10 Saints from their own 38. 4:13 remaining in the game.
You go home or do you go to the paper?
Oh, you can go to the fake.
Wilson splits out to the left. Miller will give to Jobert running left. Gets to the outside 40 and brought down at the 41-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 7.
St. Charles beat them by 1.
Oh, it's
43-42.
over? Damn. Oh, Indes, boy. It must be
So St. Charles coming to
LCA. Jeez.
2nd down and 7 for the Saints. Wide receivers to either side. Miller will throw it out quickly to Jaden Johnson. He'll have the 1st down across midfield into Cougar territory down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Saints. First and 10 Saints at the 45. Wilson left, Johnson right. Miller will give to the fullback. Breaks 1 tackle through the line of scrimmage. Gain of 2 on the play. That was Arena. That'll be 2nd down and 8. Second and 8 for the Saints. Wide receivers to either side. Miller gives to Reno once again. Bounces off a tackle, trying to get to the outside. Still on his feet. He'll get to the 42. Gain of about 1. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Clock at 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go in the game.
down south, number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Oh, so there'll be 3 games in the area next week.
Yeah.
2 wide receivers right this time. Jobert and Wilson split out right.
LCA.
They'll give it to Jaden Johnson on the sweep. He's got the 40, and he'll go out of bounds short of the 1st down.
Why? You didn't have the 1st down.
So 4th and 6 now for the Saints. They mark it out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Fourth and 6 on the play. They'll go the reverse with Laverne. He's hitting the backfield. He'll lose a couple yards. And the Cougars will take over on downs at the 43-yard line. Play never had a chance as it was busted up in the backfield. First and 10 for the Cougars at the 43-yard line with 1:29 to go in the game. First and 10 Cougars. They'll come out in the victory formation, and Walker will just kneel it. And now St. Thomas More will take a timeout as they didn't have the right people on the field. So timeout, Cougars.
Why'd they do that? Why not just take the penalty?
Yeah.
You're gonna kneel it 3 times anyway. Just take the dang penalty and be done with it.
Yeah.
Not like he's saving 5 yards for some reason.
So is that
Walker will go under center,
Is that the total on the bottom?
take the snap,
Yeah, I mean, shoot, let me do
and he'll kneel it there.
350 and 337. My fault. Yeah, that's where you can read it. It's 337.
I'm
We kept it closer, longer enough. I don't think we scored more points than I thought we scored.
So second down and long. 1 minute on the game clock, 22 seconds on the play clock. They'll snap it one more time. Four-second difference on the clock.
Snapped it too quick. And now they reset the game clock.
Reset the game clock, and that'll do it as the clock will run down. So Saints will fall to St. Thomas More in the semifinals. First time in the semifinals for the Saints in 41 years. And they'll fall to St. Thomas More by a score of 52-21. Well, your final from St. Thomas More High School in Lafayette, Louisiana. St. Thomas More 52 and St. Louis 21. That'll do it for this season. We'll be back with you next year. Have a good night.